What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everyone tuning in. There's a very weird situation unfolding with Jayden Daniels, the quarterback for the Washington Commanders. Apparently, his representatives sent a cease and desist to LSU because apparently they decided to give his number 5 to a defensive back named DJ Pickett, who's a highly recruited player. As a player who re-signed with them, and one of the stipulations was he get that number 5. Now, apparently, the previous coach at LSU did not want to give DJ Pickett that number. But because Lane Kiffin is there and you know he's willing to do whatever it takes to keep players, I'm assuming that is why DJ Pickett now has number 5. And Jaden Bryant or his representatives have a problem with that. Now, there are people who are blaming his mother. He does have a domineering mother, right? I actually made a video about these two in regards to his girlfriend, Juju Watkins, and how they had a very awkward interaction. This was before they went public with their relationship. They were sitting together and his mother saw it in the middle of them, almost as if she was trying to stop them from having a conversation because apparently they were on television or whatnot. It's just another weird situation, but it shows that she's a dominating woman. And there are people who believe that she is behind this because these are the type of tweets that you're seeing, right? And then you're seeing people saying that she is the common denominator in the situation. Because I really don't think Jayden Daniels is that bothered. He was only at LSU for 1 year. Now, I've been looking at the comments that people are making, and they're talking about how in the cease and desist, they felt like he was disrespected and he wasn't treated with the same respect that a player like that Joe Burrow, he gets. They're feeling like way more respect than what Jayden Daniels gets. Let me say this. I respect what he did in his 1 year with the LSU Tigers, but Joe Burrow led them to a championship. Had one of the best offenses you're ever going to see in college football. I mean, look at the talent of that offense that went to the NFL. That is why people hold maybe Joe Burrow in higher regard than Jayden Daniels. It's not that they don't respect him. Yeah, he won a Heisman. There's nothing to minimize about winning a Heisman. But he didn't win a championship. And I just think that no matter what I say or what you may say or believe, that is going to hold more weight. And also, Lane Kiffin and LSU were in a very, very tough spot. I mean, a tough spot that they wanted. Lane Kiffin wanted to be at LSU. But DJ Pickett is a very talented football player. And if he's saying, I'm not going to resign unless I get that number, they gave him the number. Because listen, that's how petty college football is. You got players who will get upset over a jersey number. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the NIL era. Players are now re-signing with their college teams. Now, there are people who believe that Jayden Daniels really is not upset about this. If you've seen Jayden speak, he's a very laid-back, chill guy. But his mother, on the other hand, very domineering, wants everybody to know, that, she's there. She's his mother. She's the reason why he's there. In her mind, by the way. I mean, just take a look at this. I mean, look at this, y'all. This is his mother, not his girlfriend, his mother. And look how, because a lot of, wags, they like to call wives and girlfriends of athletes. They like to wear this type of stuff, right? But she's wearing this for her son. You know why? And again, I'm not here to denigrate or disrespect in any way, but I'm just speaking truth. She is what she is like the female version of what people hate about LeVar Ball or love about LeVar Ball, right? There are people who hate him because they feel like he's a domineering father, but she don't get that type of hate, which it is what it is. But she's a domineering mother, and she's dressed in the way we see a lot of the wives and girlfriends of these NFL players dress on the sidelines. There's something weird about this. But again, my perspective may have a different one. Let's get into this. Washington Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels sent a clear message to his former college, LSU. He does not want his old jersey 5 used by anyone. Former head coach Brian Kelly told current LSU sophomore cornerback DJ Pickett that he could wear Daniels' old number, but he sent a cease-and-desist order to the school forbidding them from using the number. The issue behind this, by the way, I think he had to get his blessing, from what I understand. The issue behind this beef seems to be that Daniels feels slighted that the school won't honor his wishes. Now, this is a guy who only played 1 year at LSU, by the way. I don't think Joe Burrow is sending cease and desist. I'm just going to say that. I don't think he ever would. But again, let's get into this quote. I want y'all to really listen to this quote, because this tells you everything about who's behind this. The Daniels family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jayden's number to another player. The statement from Daniels' spokesperson said, Jayden and his family had every reason to believe that his number would remain a meaningful part of his LSU legacy and would be honored and protected in recognition of his extraordinary contributions to the university. Now, I want y'all to understand, Jayden only played there 1 year, and he won a Heisman, but did he win an SEC championship game? Did he win a national championship game? I have to say no. Again, this does not downplay him winning the Heisman, but I'm being honest. No pandering. And also, DJ Pickett is probably one of those type of players who would transfer if he couldn't get a number. And that is why Lane Kiffin gave it to him. That's why Lane Kiffin gave it to him. The number 5 hasn't been worn in 3 years since Daniels won the Heisman and went to the NFL. Pickett wore number 3 during his first season with the Tigers in 2025 when he was named a freshman All-American. He led LSU with 3 interceptions, 37 tackles, and 1 sack in 524 defensive snaps. Jayden made it clear that he did not want his number given to another player, and he believed his wishes would be respected, the statement continued. His Heisman Trophy winning season and everything he accomplished on and off the field cemented his place in LSU history. To see his number given to another player is incredibly disappointing and feels like a failure to honor the significance of what Jayden accomplished at LSU. Joe Burrow's number hasn't been worn since he won the Heisman for LSU back in 2019. So we'll see where this goes. See, Joe Burrow did everything. Won the Heisman. He won national championship, right? Now let's go deeper, family. Jayden wants his Heisman Trophy back. He wants his Heisman Trophy back. This is when you get into just downright weird territory, right? Super weird. Jayden Daniels personally reached out to LSU leadership before fall camp began to express his displeasure with the decision to allow sophomore cornerback DJ Pickett to wear his number 5. Daniels was made aware of the decision when promotional photos leaked with Pickett wearing the number, a source said. ESPN obtained a cease and desist letter from Daniels' representatives to LSU requesting the university stop using his name, image, and likeness for promotional purposes. Daniels' camp also requested LSU return its copy of the Heisman Trophy that Daniels won in 2023. Sources confirm LSU has no intention of doing so and is undecided to what degree it will comply with the cease and desist, noting that it is not a legally binding document. You want to know why LSU don't want to give that back? Because they use those trophies in recruiting. When those recruits go to LSU, they visit the facilities, they go there and they look at the awards, the trophies. And when you have Heisman trophies up there, it means a little bit more. And that's why Jayden wants his back. He does not want his trophy to help LSU recruit more players, you know? And that's why he wants that trophy back, because he knows that they use that with recruits. Listen, we got Heisman Trophy. Look at this. And then they'll show it. And this is why I think that he's burning a bridge with LSU. Him demanding his Heisman Trophy back is in the territory of burning a bridge. That's what he's doing here. And I know people don't want to hear this, but he's a grown man who's being petty. He is. Now, it's different if they're using his actual face, right, to market the university. And he's not talking about that. He's talking about his jersey number. It's like, out of all the things that you could be upset about, you're upset about your jersey number being used. I mean, that's something that could be worked out down the line. Like, maybe down the line they could do something, but for him to look at this situation and say, nah, I don't care, I want my Heisman Trophy back, this is insane. And that's why people are looking at his family, i.e. his mother, and they're saying, is she the one behind this? Like, seriously, they didn't retire your number. They had no intention on retiring it. One of their best young players wants that number. And they said, you know what, just give it to him. LSU coach Lane Kiffin has also spoken with Daniels' representative directly. Sources confirm Pickett was a 5-star cornerback when he signed with LSU out of Florida in the class of 2025. Pickett signing with LSU was contingent upon wearing the number 5. A source said it was a stipulation discussed with all 3 of his finalists, including Oregon and Miami. He has worn 5 every year of his football career until last year. Despite being promised the number during his recruitment, former coach Brian Kelly told ESPN he was not willing to issue the number without Daniels' blessing. Pickett wore number 3 in 2025 and as a true freshman when he earned freshman All-American honors. When Pickett was negotiating his contract to return to LSU, money was not the source of the negotiation, but rather the jersey number, LSU sources confirmed. LSU honors players by retiring their jersey but keeping the number in circulation. One source called retiring numbers an antiquated policy, noting the NFL teams are moving to a ring of honor instead. Now, I want to go to a guy by the name of Darren Heitner. Now, he has represented numerous college football players. I'm going to read a little bit of this. He says, Jayden Daniels and his lawyer have no legal claim to exclusive control over the jersey number the quarterback wore for 2 seasons at LSU. This is a ridiculous claim and is a terrible look. The cease and desist really shows how absurd this is. It demands that LSU stop using Daniels' name, image, and likeness, citing a contractual window that expired 180 days after his final college game, which closed long ago. It appears to be an emotional reaction, not a cause of action. That is a little bit, I don't want to read too much of it, but that's just me going over this. Listen, I just hope that Jayden understands that you're in the NFL now. You played 1 season at LSU. You won a Heisman. That's fine. There's nothing to look down upon. You had a great season that landed you a high draft pick in the NFL. But for you to be filing legal paperwork, you're burning a bridge with them, just like a bridge was burned with ASU. I'm not saying it was his fault, because there was a story that his teammates Arizona State packed up all his stuff out the locker room. His teammate, his ex-teammates at ASU did that. So maybe he's a different person behind the scenes than we know. I just think this is just a waste of energy and burning a bridge for no reason. Really. Is he upset about this, or is his mother upset about this? I just think he has a lot riding on this football season, you know, because it's going to be on his shoulders. And instead of him focusing on this football season, he's focusing on getting his Heisman back because they gave away a number 5. Like, this is crazy. So let me see in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like, video, and share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, click notification bell. I'll see you on the next one.